Greetings of the day. I'm Megha Gupta, Assistant Professor from Babu Banarsidass University. Today I'll be teaching you Khairul Balugh, also known as Option of Puberty in Muslim law. Under this topic, we'll be discussing the definition which it has, the rules that it encases, and the case laws that deal with it. To understand the definition of option of puberty, we must first understand that a minor cannot legally enter into a marriage contract, nor a marriage contract entered into by a guardian on his or her behalf is binding on a minor. After the minor attains puberty, he or she may choose to either ratify, that is validate the marriage contract, or revoke it if he or she chooses. Now this right to ratify or revoke it is called Khairul Balugh, that is the option of puberty. This right is a safeguard in Islamic law that provides and protects the people from an undesirable marriage. The right to repudiate a marriage by a woman flows from the Hadith, and it comes to their rescue if such a marriage has been forcefully imposed upon them by their assumption of their mental and physical incapacity to exercise his or her independent discretion in the marriage, or due to their age. Now, the concept of option of puberty has had different views of different jurists. While Imam Abu Hanifa held the view that such an option must be exercised on an immediate attainment of puberty, other authorities limit its application against unreasonable delays after attaining puberty. The rule basically pertains to a female unaware of her marriage by virtue of her minority. That means that the female does not understand the gravity and the duties that come with the marriage, and therefore she is not able to completely grasp the whole concept of marriage. Now this option of puberty provides her an option and to reconsider her position in marriage when she is fully aware of its repercussions, that is after she has attained puberty and she has become mature mentally. Hence she has the right to repudiate the marriage after she has a reasonable understanding of what it entails. So there are jurists who are divided. Some believe that it should be exercised immediately after she has attained puberty, while others are of the opinion that while there must not be unreasonable delay in exercising this option, it doesn't necessarily have to be immediate. The option is lost if the wife, after she attains puberty, permits the marriage to be consummated, but mere consummation is not sufficient unless it happens with the wife's consent. So that means if the husband forces himself upon her, then this option of puberty still exists for her. The Qazi's order for the dissolution of a marriage is of prima facie importance for the dissolution of marriage while exercising the option of puberty. This is a procedural safeguard against the plethora of rights and duties which flow from cancellation of marriage. Likewise, Qazi's order cannot be passed when the husband is not represented. The dissolution of marriage is incumbent upon the order made by the Qazi, therefore it is necessary. The standard age for attainment of puberty is presumed to be completion of 15 years, and in absence of plausible evidence stating otherwise. But the Mohammedan law vehemently provides that the guardian has the authority to be a part of the contract marriage on behalf of a minor boy or girl. Now, to understand the option of puberty, we must first understand that who can enter into a marriage contract on behalf of a minor. It can be the father, the paternal father, the brother and other male members on the father's side in order of their inheritance. In the absence of paternal relations, the right to contract marriage falls upon mother, maternal uncle or aunt and other maternal relations within the prohibited degrees. In default of the mankind kindred, that is family from paternal and maternal side, the right of contract of marriage devolves upon the ruling authority. The Dissolution of Muslim Marriages Act 1939 has removed all restrictions on the exercise of option of puberty in the case of a minor girl whose marriage has been arranged by her father or grandfather. According to Section 2, Clause 7 of the Act, the wife can claim dissolution of marriage if it hasn't been consummated, if it was done before she was 15, and if the repudiation is done before she has attained the age of 18. The right to exercise the option of puberty is contingent upon the facts and circumstances of each case and might vary from case to case. In the modern legal scenario, the court decree in rendering such a marriage invalid is necessary. In the case of Musammat Chirag Bibi, versus Ghulam Sarwar, the plaintiff sued and pled for her marriage to be called null and void because of the fact that such marriage was contracted by her step-grandmother, who according to Islamic law couldn't act as her guardian during the lifetime of her father, and hence she wanted to adopt and exercise the option of puberty. The Lahore court held that the marriage contract was affected by the step-grandmother, but since the father was a party to such a marriage, it couldn't be repudiated. In the case of Mrs. Tahara Begum versus State of Delhi, the Delhi High Court held that a Muslim girl could marry as per her choice at the age of 15 years if she has attained puberty, and held that the marriage of a minor girl was valid and that she could stay in her matrimonial house. The judgment stated that this court notes that according to Muslim law, a girl can marry without the consent of her parents once she attains the age of puberty, and she has the right to decide with her husband, even if she is below 18. Citing various Supreme Court judgments on the rights of a Muslim minor girl, the court held that it is clear that a Muslim girl who has attained puberty can marry and such a marriage wouldn't be void. However, the marriage will be voidable at her option when she turns a major. With this, we come to an end on the topic. Thank you for joining us.